never find out until you have a go. You might like it, or you might just go, no, that's not for me, try something else. If that's not working for you, try something else. Just keep going till you find that thing that you like.
Welcome to part 3 and the final video in our mini-series on what it's like to work in the construction industry. In this episode, we'll meet with real-life training and apprenticeship providers, apprentices, industry workers and managers to find out what qualifications and tickets are required to work in this industry, the various training pathways and career progression opportunities available.
White Card is the mandatory ticket you need to have to work on any construction site. It's generally a one-day course for the general construction induction card. Basically, any work site, regardless of what you'll be doing there, you'll need to have as an entry. If you're looking to get a career in the rail industry, you'll need to obtain a rail industry worker card. It allows you to enter and work in any rail corridor. If your job requires you to work at height, anything that is above the ground level, you'll require a working at heights ticket. Generally, you can obtain that in a one-day course, and it just teaches you the safety specifics of working at heights, the hazards involved, and the harness restraints that you'll need to utilise. If your job requires you to work in a confined space, whether it's a manhole or a silo or a reservoir, you will need to obtain a enter and work in confined space ticket. This ticket helps you to understand the dangers of working in a confined space, whether you need to monitor the gas levels within that confined space, undertake a rescue drill, or if you need to extract another person from the confined space who may have been affected by the gas within that confined space. Your job may require you to hold a high-risk work licence. It could be for the operation of a forklift truck, basic scaffolding, operating a crane, an elevated work platform, or possibly being a dogman or a rigger for a crane driver. These licences can be undertaken with an accredited training organisation. They can vary from 3 to 5 days, and you will need to obtain a licence from the Licensing Safe Work New South Wales.
Yes, there's apprenticeships in all those construction trades. So your plasterers, painters, floor and wall tilers, roof plumbers, bricklayers, carpenters, you name it, electricians, they're our common building trades. And the common link there is they're all basically a 4-year structured apprenticeship with a TAFE course thrown in. The normal structure would be 4 days of work, 1 day at TAFE, and when TAFE's on their holiday break, you're back at the workplace. So that's your 5-day-a-week, 38-hour window. There's a lot more flexibility now where there is some what we call work-based delivery, so you actually don't physically go to TAFE. So you still do the same course, you get the same qualification, you end up with the same trade licence, but it's a lot more flexible in how it's delivered. There's no formal entry requirement, that's the good news. So there's no minimum school certificate, HSC, uni. It's mainly about keenness, willingness, and finding an employer who wants to put you on. There is a minimum working age and a minimum school leaving age, but that's a whole new ball game. But basically, as long as you're able to leave school, you're able to take on an apprenticeship or traineeship. So we do have quite a few opportunities for mature age. A lot of employers want the maturity, the life skills, someone with a bit of experience in different workplaces. It will come with a slightly higher wage, but basically mature age would be defined as someone who's 21 years or over when they start the apprenticeship. Sometimes our mature age apprentice has other studies behind them, and so they may actually get what we call credits off their learning. So someone in a different trade or different experience. Often it may take them the same amount of time to get through the TAFE course. So we always talk about not how long an apprenticeship is, but it's how long it takes you to achieve competence. And that's generally a combination of the training organisation saying our apprentice is competent and the employer backing that up with the workplace experience to say they are workplace competent. So we often say a 4-year apprenticeship, but it can actually be finished earlier.
When I finish my apprenticeship, I'd like to stay here a little bit longer, get comfortable enough to then go out on my own and hopefully have my own business. Don't be scared, just jump into it and tackle it straight on. It's the easiest way. There's a lot of help if you need it anywhere, so you just got to ask.
So I did work experience through school, and through school we did 1 day a week at a certain place, and the place that I did it liked how I was a worker, and they decided to put me on as an apprentice. And I spent a 4-year apprenticeship going to TAFE and working, and I worked my way up and really pushed myself to get the skills that I wanted and enjoyed my work. I worked my way around and got certain tickets and trades and kept learning about my trade to then push myself to start my own business. And starting your own business is hard, but if you apply yourself and really work at it, it is really beneficial. You reap the benefits if you become a good tradesman.
Well, I worked for a university for 9 years, and prior to that I worked in private industry. Never thrilled with what I was doing. I had the classic Monday morning itis, I guess, and I got to a point where I thought, I'd like to have some of my work life where I can look back and think I really enjoyed that. So I took a real chance in a way, took a risk and did what I love most, which is starting a business in timber. And I've been interested in this for decades really as a hobby. So I've just taken it to the next level, and I've just signed up a furniture apprentice, female. Last week a cabinet making female apprentice. We've got electricians, we've got female plumbers and mechanics. So what I love about that is that the young girls or older people are looking outside the box from those traditional trades, but the employers are also quite open to taking on a young or older woman in what we call a non-traditional area. It's been great to see.
So in 2012 I got Trades Assist, then in 2014 I was offered an apprenticeship, which I took. In 2015 they offered me the 2IC position. By the end of 2015 I'd taken over the foreman's role, and then last year I became operations manager for windows and doors.
But she actually combined 2 departments together. So then she became foreman of 2 departments, which were currently running with 2 different people at that time. And so now she's progressed to being up there as manager as well. And still offering mentoring and coaching, not only to her division, but to other supervisors and other managers as well.
And that concludes our video mini-series. We hope that this has given you some helpful insight into what it's like to work in the construction industry. If you would like further information or some help with finding a job in this industry, please contact ETC on 1800 007 400 or visit our website at etcltd.com.au.